Today's video is a little bit different. Do I have anything crazy or groundbreaking to offer? Not at all. And some people are gonna get on me in the comments for making a video where I'm just expressing opinions and regret. But personally, I like doing this because this is my channel. Not every video is meant to be some super well-educated, well-thought-out argument. But sometimes I just want an excuse to talk about basketball memories that'll get engagement from you guys and bring up your basketball memories as well. Essentially, one of my passions about this channel is bonding with my audience. So that's why I make videos like this, where I'm giving my thoughts, sharing my memories, and even sharing my regrets. These are my 3 biggest regrets as an NBA fan who's 35 years old and who has loved the game with a passion for the last 30 years. My first regret is that a Lakers fan, I focused my attention too much exclusively on Kobe Bryant, and probably should have done more appreciating of Shaquille O'Neal. I've been a Lakers fan my entire life, and back when the Lakers were having their dominant championship runs between 2000 and 2002, I was a Kobe guy. My dad was more so the Shaquille O'Neal fan. Kobe's even talked about this in the past, that there's a lot of different ways to watch a basketball game. You could watch it from an analytical standpoint. You could watch it from a coach's perspective. You could watch it for purely entertainment as you focus on the great athleticism. You could look at it from a teamwork perspective. Personally, I was such a big Kobe fan that I paid so much attention to him and tried to appreciate his greatness as much as I could while it lasted. The thing I didn't realize though is that Shaq was probably even more unique than Kobe Bryant. Now I'm watching the modern NBA and I see guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, DeMar DeRozan, and other great wing players who at least have elements of what made Kobe Bryant so special. But as far as Shaq, man, there ain't nobody like Shaq in the modern NBA, and I don't think there's gonna be anyone like Shaq again anytime soon. Some people might say Giannis, but no. Anybody who witnessed prime Shaq, his power, his dominance, and his bullying nature will be able to tell you that they are not the same. Shaq was a ferocious monster. And when you talk about the most dominant player in NBA history, you definitely have to look at Wilt Chamberlain from an individual and statistical standpoint. But if you're calling Shaquille O'Neal the most dominant player in NBA history based on purely a physicality dominance, then yeah, he's got to be the guy. Wilt was also a dominating force with his strength and with his power, but a lot of his game was also finesse, as he had a solid fadeaway and finger roll to his game. And although Shaq was skilled with his footwork and with his jump hook, for the most part, his bread and butter was getting down low, backing down smaller defenders, and absolutely jamming on them, creating a ferocious poster. Ultimately, I'm glad to have seen both players dominate, and I got to see each player's prime, but I just don't think I focused on Shaq's greatness as much as I could have, and I truly regret that. My second biggest regret as an NBA fan is not investing more in incredibly hyped prospects. One of those examples is LeBron James. I remember in 2003, leading up to Cleveland drafting LeBron, everybody was saying that he was going to be a GOAT candidate. Everybody was saying he was the next big thing. And although the hype was crazy for Victor Wembanyama, I truly don't think we've ever seen a player as hyped as LeBron James was coming out of high school. For this reason, I should have been snatching up more of his rookie cards, more of his memorabilia, in anticipation of the fact that this guy was going to be awesome. I knew he was going to be awesome, so why didn't I jump on it? Another example of that is Luka Doncic. When him and Trae Young were drafted one after another, they were not even top 5 picks. But I believed tremendously in Luka's talent, and I predicted that year publicly that he was going to be the NBA's Rookie of the Year. So why didn't I invest in it with my wallet and get more of his rookie memorabilia? Again, I made this mistake time and time again. So recently, I made sure not to make that same mistake, and I've been getting a lot of rookie memorabilia for Victor Wembanyama. Still, it's one of those things you look back on and just haunts you as time goes on, as you see these cards getting sold on eBay auctions for hundreds of thousands of dollars, wondering what the hell was I doing in 2003 or in 1996. And my third biggest regret as an NBA fan is actually something that I've talked about on the channel multiple times, so forgive me if you've heard this before. But my biggest regret And what will probably always be my biggest regret as a basketball fan is the fact that I had a chance to go to Kobe Bryant's final game in the NBA and I didn't do it. So let me explain the context for a second. It's early into the 2015 to 2016 season and the Lakers absolutely suck. Remember, they went on to lose like 65 games that year. And I was living in the San Francisco Bay Area at the time, while the Warriors were completely dominating. So in my defense, even thinking about basketball was a bit painful that year. With that being said, it was Kobe's 20th season in the NBA. He didn't look like the same Mamba, as he was shooting only about 35% from the field that season. So even if he wanted to go longer, the team wasn't good, he wasn't playing very well, I just kind of had the sense that he was probably going to announce his retirement at some point. I just had the feeling that this might be his final year in the NBA. So I jumped online and I looked at NBA tickets. And I saw that the Lakers were going up against the Utah Jazz in the final game of the regular season. And the nosebleed seats were about $100 a piece. So I considered buying tickets and going with my girlfriend at the time. I brought it up to her and we both agreed to just wait a little bit because finances were a little bit tough at the time. Guys, I kid you not. The very next freaking day, Kobe announces that this will be his final season in the NBA. He is retiring and hanging it up for good, and he has complete peace about it. Obviously, I jumped online to look at those same nosebleed tickets. But now, instead of $100 a piece, they're $700 a piece. So in order for me and my girl to go at the time, it would cost about $1,400 when finances are not great, and Kobe's been playing pretty poorly. So I was just kicking myself. And that was before I saw the performance that Kobe had in his final game. Months later, he leads them to come back and win the game in glorious Kobe fashion, dropping 60 points. And what is now one of the most iconic moments of his entire career. This one is going to haunt me forever. And I know that buyer's remorse is a thing, and I know you shouldn't be spending money recklessly and should really think through your decisions financially, but at the same time, there's a term, buy once, cry once. And if I had bought those tickets, sure, it would have been painful at the time, but life would have gone on. And in return, I would have made the greatest basketball memory of my entire life in Staples Center. But I was a little bit gun shy, and now it's gonna haunt me forever. So now you've heard my honest regrets, now I want to hear yours. Give me an opportunity to find some comfort in the fact that you guys also have some massive regrets. So please share them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.